Hey guys, it's Ellen here. Today we're going to paint this really simple, easy, and loose chrysanthemums. These are so simple. I show you how to make the flower, and then I just go through the tutorial and just show you how to make the leaves, and then I show you how to I just throw in these really loose stems to make it more fun and interesting. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave them in the comment section. Also, don't forget to check out my Patreon. I have exclusive tutorials there weekly and ad-free videos from my YouTube, as well as some traceables. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section and let's get started. Okay, we can start by going over supplies. I have a nice big piece of Arches 100% cotton cold pressed paper. This is the Arches pad, 10 by 14 size. I think I'm just going to work straight on the pad today. I have paper towel, I have my paints. I'll be mixing them up as I go along and talking to you about that. Right now I'm just using these Cadmium Yellow Deep, Quinacridone Magenta, Peacock Blue. I might use some Van Dyke Brown. I have my water jars. I'll be starting off with using my Princeton Long 8 Velvet Touch brush. And I might use, or you could use like another rounded type of brush like this grumbacher 10 Golden Edge series. And you know, you can play around in the beginning with how you want to do. I'm going to grab a really crappy piece of scrap paper here. The flowers are very simple. You can just start by grabbing some of the yellow, putting a little bit of this magenta, so it's a yellow orange. Getting it fairly loose. I always dab this in my paper towel to get off the excess paint. And these flowers, I'm not going to draw them out for you because I feel like you should just paint them. You're just taking this is a Golden Edge brush, and we're just making these lines that are going like this, curving on the outside and then curving on the inside the other opposite way. So practice that, curving outside, inside. And then we can take the magenta. See, I'm mixing a little yellow. I want to look at an orange, reddish kind of color. And I'm getting it fairly wet. And again, I'll dab my paper towel to make sure I get the excess paint off. Now you can start by working light and then adding in the dark. So which you know, if you're working light, you're adding a lot of water, but I always dab it on the paper towel, take off the excess. And again, to practice, we're just going to take our brush. I'm going to just do these simple strokes, curving like this, leaving white space, and a little bit in here, right? Curve some more up here, just with the brush, and then again building it outward like that, and then we're going to go the opposite way downward, just like this. See that? As the yellow dries, we can go over that. It's kind of like cocooning the flower. That's what it looks like. To get these simple chrysanthemums, you can have some leaves that go kind of outward like this, and then just like that. And then we'll keep adding in some deeper tones. The less water you have, the darker it will be, the easier it will be, and it won't bleed as much. So again, just taking your brush and moving it like that. Simple strokes to create this flower. Just like that. I'm going back over the yellow. And then I'll have some more under here going like this. But that's pretty much what a chrysanthemum looks like. And then we're going to go in and we're going to build up with making a few of these and then adding in the leaves. So now that we have an idea of how to make the flower, we'll start with going on the actual pad. Put some lighting better in here. So again, you can start off with the yellow, or you could add it in later. You can leave that spot open. I will show you how to do that. So I'm grabbing this paint I'm just going to go up here and start adding in, see, these simple stroked lines. Curving inward, some crazy ones upward, some like going like this, outward like that. Just with your brush. So I actually didn't use the long round, I decided to use the grumbacher number 10. And then you're going from the center downward. Again, creating some of those funky little wiggly petals. The chrysanthemums have lots of petals, kind of like a dahlia. And this is a loose way to do it. Very simple. So it kind of folds in and then folds out. I'm going to do another one. I'm going to grab some more yellow. Make it more of an orange color. And I'll put another one kind of down here. If it's too much paint, you just dab it on the paper towel and take it off. So again, it's like this cocooning thing. You're having the petals kind of wrapping around each other, going inward and then outward with a few kind of loose wild strokes, if you want to call it that. And again, from the middle you go downward, outward. You can use the brush going down this way or reverse it going this way. And once this particular color dries, we can go back in and add in some deeper tones. We're just getting the feel of the flower. Just making it really loose. You don't need to spend time drawing it out. Just use a paintbrush. And put another one. And if you want to do a little bud, we can do a little bud. That would be the same kind of premise of this, but just smaller up here. See? Curving in. Again, maybe a couple little leaves going that way. And grab my paint. Mix up a little more pink in there. You know, just use the palette and go crazy, like adding color, mixing color. Don't have to be serious about how you want it to look. Again, we're going to do another one of these. Now I'm going to turn it on its side, going sideways. Give it more interest. These two were facing upright. We want to go sideways now. It's a little darker. Just put these petals like they're cocooning the center, and then a few stragglers going outward and then downward on the bottom. Just like that. One word of note, I'm actually standing up painting right now. Now remember, I had that yellow in the first one and it bled too much. You could do that way and let it dry, or you can go back and just kind of put some yellow inside the little areas. And then you can go back in and over those again too. The thicker the yellow, the less it will bleed. Because we're going to go back in and build over those anyway. And again, we could do another little bud over here. Just a little bud, like that. Start adding in some greenery. So I've got the peacock and the yellow. And that's pretty bright, so I'll throw in either my Van Dyke brown over here. And get it more olivey. I could throw in a touch of the magenta. And then it's really a deep dark brown, bluish, brownish green. I'm adding in some more peacock and some more yellow. You could spend days mixing up greens. It should be fairly dark green though. Adding in some more. Now for this particular thing, I'm going to use the pointier brush. I'm going to use the Princeton 8 long round. So I'll grab that on my brush. I'll get some paint on there. It's a creamy texture right now. It's not super loose. It's not super like wasabi. It's a little bit loose wasabi, if you want to call it that. And then we're going to go in with the tip of the brush, throw in the green in here, pull it down, throw in some green in here, pull it down, just like that. Green in here and pull it down. For the leaves, we're going to keep these pretty simple with this brush. So I'm just pulling the stems down. And over here, the bud. So we're just going to make the simple strokes using this brush. The point, down, up wiggle, and kind of meet them together. Fill it in with your paint. Come back over here and go in between the flower. It gets a little messy, don't worry about it. Create a simple leaf over here. See, I'm just making this wiggle and then having a point on the end. And do another one down here. Just use a point, curve, and then you can go back in. Add some more simple leaf. You just basically did this curved line here. You're going to do another one out here and another one in the bottom and connect it. And then same thing here. Use the brush to your advantage. So you're just going to push it out like that. Go again and push it out like that. Then go again and push it out like that. And you've got this pretty simple leaf. Again, take it, push down, push out, push down, push out. Then you got another simple leaf, and then put the little greenery underneath the bud. Again, push down, push out. Simple leaves, right? You could go back in while it's and add some more peacock or darker tone of green. Start flooding in some of that color underneath the chrysanthemum and then into the leaves on the edges. When it's still damp, I like the way it bleeds, you know, I just kind of like that loose texture. So that's pretty much it with the leaves. You don't really have to go crazy. You can add some more like straggles down here again. Put a little stem going out and then just take your brush, push down, go out, connect it, push down, go out. See, I'm going backwards here. Push down, go out, and you've created that leaf. It's quite a little different tone, so I can go back in and just add in some of that color. I like the loose style. I don't need to have it so serious, but some people want it that way. That's a different tutorial. It's just not how I like to work personally. So there you go with that. I cleaned up my brush. We can go back into those chrysanthemums and start adding in a few deeper tones. So I had that pink. We'll go in, just add a few darker elements. Not too many. See, I'm just adding a couple. And then again, another one that's even darker. Just a few, not a lot. See? And then we get the orange color. Like I said, just a few deeper ones Could be a little more red-orange. The more variety of tones that you have, the more interest the painting will be. And I have that pink up there. It's pretty simple. Right? I think you guys could handle that. This is a very easy tutorial. I'm kind of mixing in some brighter tones in here. You can play around with the leaves. You can wait till it dries and take the tip of the smaller brush you have, or like something like this, like the Princeton one, and go in and add your darker tone leaf element. See, mixing up a nice deep dark green. And you just go in and add the veins. Not necessary, but it just adds another little element to it. Getting a little darker under here because it's behind the chrysanthemum. And then you can play around with adding some more like elements, either more stems or whatnot. So I might just throw in a few bright little skinny stems just to give this painting a little more interest. See that? That's how you do it. You just kind of like punch it up. That's what I call it. Punching it up. Again, adding some simple fun leaves out here. And then you've created a really interesting, loose, fun chrysanthemum painting. Get even more yellow in here. It's kind of how I like to paint. And there you go. And that is our chrysanthemum watercolor painting tutorial. So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, please don't forget to leave them in the comment section. Take care, and I will speak to you soon.